Hey guys, it's Sapphire Saturday. Hey guys, it's Mo. Welcome back to my channel. So you already know it's Sapphire Saturday, which means that because it's Saturday, I am choosing an eyeshadow look and a video topic that starts with the letter S. So the look that we did today was Sapphire. It's a sapphire blue. So if you like to see how I achieved this look, keep watching. Alright, so we're starting with a MAC shadow. It's called Deep Truth, and we're just going to put it on like the corner of our eye to kind of start that dark gradient. I think it is a frost, it's not a matte. I usually do mattes out there, but this is like the deepest blue that I had, and I thought I had. You'll see later that I use different ones, but I think it still looks really, really pretty. So we're just going to keep building and blending. Building and blending. Yeah, we're just trying to keep building so that we can get that nice deep blue that it actually looks like in its container. Alright, next we're gonna go in with our BHCosmetics palette. It's the Stacey Marie collaboration, and this color is Nude. It's the navy blue that's in the palette, and it's just so gorgeous. As you can see, we're building up that blue color, smoking it out, patting it on, making sure we're gonna go back and blend. There we go, we're blending. Yeah, so we're building up that blue. It's looking good. And I'm taking it out a little bit past my brow because I kind of wanted it to be further out. I want to do a deep black liner, so I'm bringing it out just a bit. And here we are, just packing on that blue because I wanted it to be more vibrant. I'm bringing it all the way over to my tear duct, and I'm gonna go and do some more blending. Now we're gonna go in with our Morphe palette, the Jaclyn Hill 2 palette, and we're going in with this black that she has in her palette. And her black is called Abyss. So we're kind of going to outline that V shape just to kind of give it some more depth, and we're going to blend it out as well into that nice navy blue. And we're packing and blending, packing and blending. Blending is so important when you do anything smoky. Heck, whenever you do anything makeup related, make sure you blend, blend, blend. Okay, now we're going to go and cut our crease. I'm using MAC's Paint Pot and Paint Relief. It's very, very thick. It's really hard to smear across your eyelid, especially if you have on contacts, because it's not liquid. It's a really, really thick cream. They call it paint for a reason. But I love cutting my crease with this. I'm kind of new to cutting creases. I really just started doing a thing last week, to be honest with you guys. But I really love just how thick this stuff is. If we weren't home on quarantine, this would last you all day. I actually only keep on my makeup for a few hours to film and walk around the house, and then I wash it off at night. But if I was going out, this is a nice product to have to use for cut crease. Now we're going in with our next blue shadow for our lid. It's also a MAC shadow, and it's called In the Shadows. It's a deep blue. It's also a frost, and it has shimmer in it. It's so pretty. It's so electric. I don't feel like this view is really doing it justice, but you will see a photo at the end and on my Instagram, so you can really see how pretty that blue is without a filter, just a flash. Like, it's just so vibrant and gorgeous. So we're just gonna pack that all over our lid, in the center of it, so not all over it. As you can see here, I'm going back in with the other one, the Deep Truth. Just to kind of bring it in and mesh those colors together better. And to help me do that, I'm going in with another Morphe palette. This is the 18A palette, and I'm using that blue that's in there. The blue is called Sky's the Limit. It's a matte blue, and I'm using that to kind of transition between the colors. Now we're going back in with our Jaclyn palette, and I'm going in with the teal or turquoise kind of teal color, and that is in the color Jada. And this thing is just so pretty, you guys. I'm using this to soften out those harsh lines from the navy blues and deep blues. And it'll really give a really cute gradient look too when it's all said and done. It's kind of subtle, but it's so pretty. And now I'm just going back in with each color that I use to go ahead and intensify them. Here, I wasn't able to get a picture of it, but this is a loose pigment. It's by BHCosmetics. It's a really electric blue, and the name of it is Ready to Go. As you can see, I started with using my finger. I didn't have any setting spray, which is what I would normally use for pigment. So I started with my finger. It was just too messy and so uncontrollable, so I went ahead and used the brush, as you guys saw. And now we are taking our tape off and getting ready to get to the face. So we're just going to clean off any fallout, which obviously you're going to have fallout with any pigment that you do. And for my foundation, as you guys know, my holy grail, I'm using MAC Studio Fix Plus fluid in the color NC44. This just gives me so much coverage. I know it's like such a mixed review item. I know a lot of people don't use MAC foundation because it breaks them out, but it works for me. So yeah, here I'm using my favorite concealer. One of my favorite concealers is by Too Faced. It's the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and this is in the color Warm Sand. And we have our Wet Beauty Blender, same one that we use for our foundation. And here I am highlighting. I don't like my highlight to be too white, so as you can see, this is really just like a shade lighter than my concealer. This is the Fenty Beauty Concealer. It's in the color 330. And here I'm just fixing up some more blending that I thought needed. Don't be afraid to go back into that eye. It is okay, because you do not want to be going out there without a blended look. Trust me, I've done it, and you will see that on my video from on my channel from older videos. So now I'm going in with my bronzer. This is the Too Faced, I'm sorry, not Too Faced. This is the Tarte Hotel Heiress bronzer, and I also mixed that with the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the color Caramel Cutie. When I'm done bronzing, I go ahead and go back in with my setting powder, which is by Airspun. It's in the color Translucent. I get it from Walmart for like $5, you guys. And I like to just kind of go under my contour to give that extra chiseled cheek look. And here I am going with the same two bronzers down my nose. Here I'm putting on my blush. This is my MAC blush in the color Desert Rose. And my highlight, my Amrezy palette. Okay guys, so after my camera died, I did apply my lashes, which I will link below. I just got them from the beauty supply store. I also added the same shadows that we did on our lid. I just put them on my under eye, along with some e.l.f. gel liner. And then I also chose MAC's Translucent Reflects Transparent Teal, what do you call this, pigment. And I'm just going to show you how I did that part. It's so messy and you get a lot of fallout, so be careful. I'm just going to use a brush like this, and then I just dabbed in it like that. Shake off the excess because it will be on your face, honey. And then I hold my head to the side when I do this way so that it falls right on my nose and nowhere else. Then I just put it like that. You can make like a sideways, like an L. And then same thing for the other side. Hold your head this way. Carefully apply it. And it's so pretty. I really don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's teal reflects and it's just so pretty. It goes so well with the sapphire blue and the teal that we use from our Jaclyn Hill 2 palette. Yes, I really like it. And if you get some fallout on your face, just brush it away with your the brush that you use to brush off your powder. But it gets messy, so try to be careful. You don't want blue effects all over your face. Yeah, I like it. Like it. On my lips, I don't know if the camera died before I did that part as well. I'm using Cork lip liner by MAC. Also a MAC lip gloss called Obviously Bare. And this is what it looks like. Alrighty guys, and that's it. If you like the sapphire blue eyeshadow vibe, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.